You get your wig out of the box and immediately it's a face flopper. What's a face flopper? Here's exactly what I'm talking about. It's a style like this that immediately goes in your face, and no matter what you do, it's just gonna constantly fall back in your face. And guys, this can happen for a number of reasons. Sometimes it just comes out of the box that way. Sometimes the hair is sewn just so it kind of goes a little bit more forward. But obviously we don't want hair constantly in our face. I'll show you exactly how to fix it on this style right here, so stay tuned. Before we get started, welcome to Get Wiggy with Bree. My name is Bree and I'm so excited to have you here today. This has been a highly requested video, so I'm excited to actually get into it. Today I'm going to focus mostly on the face flopping of synthetic styles, mainly this heat-friendly synthetic one, because this is a style that when I got out of the box, I was like, why does this keep happening to me? Is it the shape of my head? What's going on? I figured out how to fix it, so now I'm going to help you do it. Talk about what tools you need. We're going to get our wig head out and we're going to do it together. All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to tell you to gather your tools right away. We don't want to be constantly running around to find tools. So here's some things you have to start with. So number one is a wide tooth comb. This is something you're going to need pretty much anytime you're dealing with wigs, so grab one of those. You'll need some alligator clips, and guys, I usually keep probably like 5 or 6 of these handy just in case I need them. Spray bottle like this one. This is just like a $1 one that I get from Walmart. All right, so the next thing you're going to need is any sort of hot tools. I have a number here. This is to show you that you don't need any one tool in particular. So sometimes I use my flat iron, sometimes I use this airbrush here, and sometimes I use this comb right here. So again, this is not to overwhelm you. This is just to say that you can just pretty much use whatever you have available. You do not have to use one specific tool in particular. And lastly, this can be done on your own head, but I use my handy dandy wig head. I got a pink one from Amazon. When you're picking your wig head, make sure that you know your measurements. If you pick one that's too big and you leave your wig on the head, sometimes it could stretch out your lace and stretch out your wig, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants a loose wig because we all have that fear that they're gonna fall right off. So now it's time for me to take this off and let's get started. All right, so here we are. This is Drive on the wig head, ready to go. And something to note, so Drive is a heat-friendly synthetic style. So that means you can put direct heat on it. What I would recommend is looking up what temperature your fibers can withstand too. So I looked this one up. This one can go up to 300 degrees. You can find that information on almost any retailer, any brand website, so that you don't melt or fry your wig. When you're putting heat on a wig, I almost always recommend using water. It'll help to set the style, whether you're trying to fix a face flopper or you're trying to curl the wig. Use water and that'll help you. So before even getting started, I would identify which pieces are flopping the most, because you don't want to do a ton of extra work if you don't have to. So on this one, for me, it's these fibers up here that are flopping the most. What I do is I tend to take those fibers and then I put a little water on them. So we're actually gonna do this. I'm gonna spray this, and then I actually have my straightener heating up so that we can do this right on camera. So what I do is I just get the hair wet. I'm not gonna completely saturate it. That's not the goal. We just wanna kind of add a little bit of steam to this hair and it'll help it to set. So we got it a little bit wet. It's ready to go. I'm gonna be using my Babyliss straightener for this one. The reason why I love this straightener, actually I won it in a giveaway, but the reason that I love it is because it actually has a temperature gauge right here on the side. There's a lot of hot tools that won't show you exactly what temperature you're at, so you're kind of guessing, and I'm not trying to melt my fibers, you guys, so this is the one I'll be using. So I'd already gotten this one wet. I'll take this area that's bugging me the most. So I want to get up as close as I can right up to the root of the hair without touching the lace or getting too close to the lace. The lace is super important. That's what gives you your realistic hairline, so you want to keep it intact. So I will come straight up here and I'm gonna pull the fibers away from the face, because that's the goal, right? We want to be able to have it away from the face, not constantly flapping in the face. And then I do it a couple of times just to kind of guide the hair away from the face. Occasionally I'll go in with a comb, but this one is actually doing it really nice. And I don't know that you can hear it, but there is a little bit of sizzling that happens. That's just the water and the heat going together. As long as you're within the correct temperature range, you should be just fine. So as I mentioned, keep going back. It's probably good to go now. So while the hair is still warm, I'm gonna take one of these alligator clips and I'm gonna clip the hair backwards. So one thing about heat-friendly synthetics is they have memory. So whatever way you're telling them to go, it will likely stay in that direction. So I just clipped it just like this here, okay? So this area that usually flops is gonna be further back and it's gonna stay off of the face. Now I'm gonna try to speed through this other side here so you don't have to hear so much talking. All right, so as I said before, this side is done, now this side is done. So there are times that you're going to do this and you're gonna angle the hair off the face, you're gonna put heat on it, you're gonna do all of the things, and for some reason, the hair just does not want to stay backwards. It's not you. Sometimes it's just the way the wigs are made. But if you really love the hair, it worked a little bit, but you need a little bit of extra help, what I would recommend is using some wig wax. So I tend to like this Trust Tech wig wax spray. Looks just like this. I bought it on Amazon. And this sometimes just helps give the fibers like the kick in the butt that they need to actually stay backwards all the way. Usually this will work perfectly for me, but sometimes I need a little bit of wig wax to help me out. So as I mentioned, you're gonna want the hair to cool here. So usually what I'll do is if I know I'm wearing a wig, I'll do this ahead of time and I'll just kind of leave it on the headstand. That's why I said it's so important that you need to get a headstand or a canvas head that is the correct size for your head measurement, because you don't want to stretch out your wig. I usually recommend about 20 minutes just to make sure that it's completely cool. All right, so homegirl has cooled down. I'm gonna throw her back on so we can see what she looks like. All right, so she got a little roughed up when I put her back on, but let's take these off. And so you can kind of see it's angled back a little bit, which is nice. So she's not flopping right back into my face. Let's see how this one did. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So same kind of thing. She's not flopping right back in my face. The top part is just kind of like held back a little bit, which is exactly what we want. Let's give her a little bit of a comb here. Okay, so here we are. So I unclipped them, I put them back on, and you can see I am not putting it behind my ears to hold the hair back. It's just staying straight down, but off of my face. And I guarantee, like if I were to go around the day, not flipping around my hair, it's going to just stay back off the face. That's the great thing about heat-friendly synthetics, is that they will remember the style you put them in, even if you curl them. So if for some reason that didn't work for you and you're like, man, it's just, I could use a little bit more of something, that's where the wig wax come in. So usually what I do is I either spray my hands or I spray directly on the hair. I always get a little bit nervous that I'm gonna spray too much on the hair. So usually I'll just spray a little bit on my hands and then I'll just like kind of have it go this way through the hair, kind of stroking backwards. It's the same kind of thing where it helps to hold the hair back off of the face, make sure it doesn't face flop, because like I said, nobody wants hair directly in their face. That is pretty much it for today. I hope this face flopping video was helpful. I've had a lot of questions on it. One thing I will mention, that this will work even if you have a wavy or curly style that you like to work with. Still use whatever tool that you like, and you can just redirect the hair off of the face. You could use the same method with whatever hot tool is going to work for that hairstyle, and you should have the similar results. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, so we'll see you next time.